Hello, hello, people of the world. Welcome to Mindalia Televisão. We are a channel in Portuguese, but we speak English too. So today we have interview with Ajeet Kaur. Our invited was a recording artist, a yogi, and a carrier of ancient healing practices, and she is a fresh new presence in the world of sacred chants. We will thank you to Ajeet to accept our invitation. Ajeet, thank you to be here in Mindalia Televisão and accept our invitation. Welcome.
Thank you for having me here. It's nice to talk with you.
Nice, thank you very much. So why this name, Ajeet Kaur? You born with this name?
No, this is the name that I use, for my music and kind of my artist name. And it's a name that was given to me when I was a baby by my mother's yoga teacher from India. And he also gave my mother a name like this, kind of a spiritual name, like almost a personal mantra or a personal kind of word to always come back to. So I use that especially for the music that I make that is related to spiritual practice and meditation.
Okay, and we can do the meaning of your name or your spiritual name?
Yeah, so then the meaning of Ajeet is without defeat or victorious, able to overcome challenges and obstacles.
Right, okay. I have another question for you. What means to be a yogi, and how lives a yogi person?
Well, I've always had yoga in my life from when I was a very small child, and personally, I really connected to yoga when I was dealing with health issues, challenges with my physical health. That was the time when I really became interested in how we can heal ourselves through these practices that have really been passed down, for thousands of years from person to person. And I think it's very easy when we are just in our daily lives, going and everything's fine, to maybe not tune into how much of a capacity we have to heal ourselves. But when I'm sure for many people, I've had this experience when you deal with physical pain or health challenges, I think we really realize how much we can impact our own experience and our own well-being. So that's really when I was a child, and I got into yoga probably earlier than I would have, because of really wanting to find out how I could provide healing for my own self.
For people who don't live a style of tranquil life, will be sometimes difficult to understand the rituals and the focus we have in life to organize and have a life more tranquil. You can explain how you in your day organize your mind, feelings, emotions, and rituals to be more equilibrated life to us?
Yeah, well, I do. It's funny because making music and making this very peaceful, relaxing music has led me to kind of the opposite lifestyle, which is that I'm always in airports, I'm always in planes. Right now I'm in a hotel, always kind of moving in different places very quickly. So I don't feel that my personal day-to-day life is necessarily very tranquil or peaceful. But I I personally use music a lot as a way of, wherever you are and whatever is happening, I feel like music very quickly can affect how you feel in your inner space. And so it's nice for me to also make music that I hope will do that for other people, and that other people will have that experience of something that very quickly, you don't have to believe anything, you don't have to be able to do anything with your body, you don't have to be flexible to listen to music. You just, whoever you are, I feel like music very quickly and deeply takes you to a certain place.
Yes, and you can be when where you are and feeling good about it, and a peace in your.
Yeah, you can be in the middle of a busy subway or busy plane or airport and just put your headphones on and play music that takes you to a place that is really peaceful and makes you feel at home in yourself. And then, so that's kind of my goal and my hope with my music, that it can be kind of a sanctuary people can take with them wherever they go.
Okay, next question I have for you. You feel like an ancient healing?
Well, part of that is the yoga practices, and I like teaching yoga as well and practicing yoga myself. And also, I come from an Irish background. I'm here in Ireland now, and I was just actually last night with some family here, and music is a very big part of my family's practice in Ireland, and that's a big part of how I got into singing and music. And everyone really sings and shares songs and poetry, and Ireland has just a very ancient lineage of healing and of spirituality that is very connected to the earth, very related to the goddess tradition. And of course now Ireland is more Catholic, but that feeling of the rituals connected to the cycles of the moon, the cycles of the seasons, are still very potent. So this is something that I've been very interested in my life and studied a lot, and I love sharing with people this way of coming back into a connection with how powerful nature is, and to how much healing is there for us, especially through the wisdom of our lineages, of our ancestors, how they related to the earth as really a healing force.
Can be difficult to a person that don't have your, like you, one childhood that practice was present. You think it's more difficult to another person to connect with this energy or the universe?
Yeah, I think everyone is unique, of course, and and also we all have different backgrounds, different families, different life experiences. But I also feel like there are things that are just in our human nature. Like we all can feel that when you go outside on a beautiful day, or when you watch the sunset, or when you see the leaves changing on the trees and all those colors, like there are things that they just affect most of us. It's like built into our human nature. So I actually really love just not thinking so much of people who are spiritual and people who are regular people, because I feel like we're all regular people and we're all spiritual people, in our own way. So I think music, that's part of why I love music, is because it's just so universal. It's there for every person. And we don't have to do anything or be anything or have any special experiences to receive it and enjoy it.
Okay. Next question. I write sacred chant. What meaning a part of your who you are? Because why you consider it sacred?
Yeah, I've always been very interested in things that are, you know, passed through time, things that are things that are an honoring of the sacredness of life. So I think there are these songs that are passed down through time, and there's a reason that they last as long as they do. And especially songs that are used in ritual practices, things like that. So I've spent a lot of time learning songs that have been passed down within different traditions, and starting with my my experience as a child, learning songs in the Irish language passed down through traditions, and I continue to learn those songs. And then I also became interested in Sanskrit and you know, the traditions of yoga and meditation in Tibet and in India. And I just think song and music is a really beautiful way to see into and connect to different paths and different lineages. And then I married someone from Mexico, and I really have enjoyed learning the songs of the Nahuatl language and the, you know, the Spanish songs as well, but also the pre-Hispanic songs of Mexico. And to me, it's just kind of a very enriching as a musician and as someone kind of interested in ritual. It's a really beautiful window into each of the different communities to learn the songs that have just been passed down through generations. So it's just, and you know, I record, I love and I'm interested in, and I also write my own songs in addition to that. But it's a love of mine to keep exploring different paths through their music.
The truth is, music takes us to a different place, right? You can be in one place, but when you listen, your mind, your body, I don't know, your energy change.
Yeah, I know. I feel like music is the closest thing to magic that we all experience on a daily basis. You know, it's a magic that is there for everyone, and that's really special.
Yeah, okay. So maybe a confused question. How you see the future of the human being?
That's a good one. I mean, I feel like we have my own belief and experience is that we have a choice. You know, what is the future of our humanity? And I think that we are constantly creating our own experience, and we are creating what our future experience will be. So I think it feels to me like a time, especially now, of a lot of choice, you know, of how we'll move forward. And I really hope that we can keep kind of dissolving boundaries and becoming more,
Sorry.
no problem, you know, just becoming more connected as a humanity, and make together a really you know, a more connected and conscious community, global community, as we move forward. I hope that that's where we'll go, but I do think it's a choice. It's a choice of how we choose to be together now. And that's one of the reasons that I love having concerts, because it's a community. You know, when we make music together and we really go on a journey together for a couple of hours through song and through music. And it's kind of my small way of feeling that transformation of how connected we can be as a community. And I would love to feel someday that same sensation within our global community, that same feeling of having a collective journey and really feeling that we are all together in that journey.
you feel that your community, the people who listen to your music, and was different that people that listen another types of music like rock or don't know what is your why what you think about it.
Yeah, I think that people would think they would be a certain type of people, but what I love is that the people who listen to my music come from so many different places around the world, so many different languages, and all different ages. And when I meet them, like just so many different types of people. And that's one of the things I love most about the style of music that I do, is that I feel like, you know, people either feel it or they don't. And the people who feel it, it's not because they think they're that kind of person. It's just a lot of the time because they feel some sense of calm. And we all need that, you know. I need that too. We all need those ways that we come back into a place of calm in ourselves.
Okay, thank you. Your last album calls Indigo Sea. Have a story, this album?
It does. It has a big story. I mean, for one thing, it's the first time that I ever sang songs in Irish, which was my own kind of roots in music, my own beginning with music. So it felt very personal for me to share that. And then also it has a lot of songs that I wrote myself that are a little bit like singing my own journal. You know, they're very personal songs. And so I decided to do this album for the first time without a record label, because it was so personal and special to me that I didn't want to have so much external influence and opinion. So I did it myself, and then I produced it myself as well. I recorded it myself, I produced it myself, and the music industry, it's very common that producers are male, are men. So a lot of people actually were kind of doubting of whether it would be possible for me to do it. But that kind of just lit my fire, you know? It made me.
I understand you.
Yeah. So that doubt actually was very helpful to me in doing it even better, and, you know, working even harder to make something that I could be proud of and that I could share and feel really good about. So it's kind of like my own child, this album, because I put so much love and really so much time and energy into it, and it's the first time I've ever made something that was really 100% my own vision, from the very beginning seeds of the ideas of the song until the process of mastering the album. The whole thing was kind of my own process, and of course then there are a lot of other people who supported it and were a big part of it. So it wasn't just me, but it was that I was able to invite people into my space as I felt kind of moved to and inspired to, rather than having them coming in and guiding me. So it was a very, very important album for me.
Thank you very much. I love it. And
Oh,
the musics are very, very good. Yesterday and today I was listening, and it's very good. Thank you for give us this magic. Ajeet.
yeah.
Thank you. So it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for being here. I think we will see you in Portugal soon. It's
Oh,
right.
great. Yes. Yeah, we'll be coming to Portugal March 17th. And we only have a handful of tickets left, so we invite anyone to come and be with us, but please buy your ticket soon so we get to see you there.
Okay, Ajeet. So I say to you goodbye. Thank you very much for accept our invitation. I hope it's the first one to many
Yes,
in
me
other
too.
languages too, if
Yeah,
it's possible.
we'll work on, maybe we'll do a Spanish one, and then I'll have to get my Portuguese. I'll have to work on my Portuguese, maybe in a couple years.
Perfect. So I give you a space here if you want to left a message to all people who see us.
Well, just thank you for listening, and I'd love to share my music with you. I would love to meet you when we come to Portugal. It's the first time we're coming ever. I've never been to your country, and I am so excited. It's one of the places I'm most excited to come to on this tour. So I hope that we can see you and share this night together. And if you can't make it, please just find us somewhere and very fulfilling, enriching, beautiful day today.
Thank you very much, Ajeet. Thank you all of you who see us. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. It's the way you have to support and take our channel and our knowledge we share here more strong, and the people in the world can have this benefit. So thank you. See you soon. Bye bye.